In a perfect world but crazy place with serene environments, as however you see it to be, which we live in, there was never such. With force, please strike the smooth and sharp edges of the stone to cause fire. We need to get muscle before we expire. The length of your skirt, either sex, is based on your age. When you grow older, you get a little bit longer one. When your plantation produces much, the market would reward you with a finer cave. Believe it or not, that's the trailer of the Stone Age. Days of resolution, years of civilization, and decades of positive sensations have seen great doings of men. Thomas Edison and Tesla names are ahead when we think electricity. Albert Einstein telling you his formula EMC squared can make enemies and vegetation bare. History changes Nelson Mandela, Kwame Nkrumah, Barack Obama, just to mention but a few, who all did not conform to negative cultures. Being byproducts of good and bad things, we still live here. At least seeing the wonders of transportation as a smarter move. Varieties of phones connecting men as deities. Computerization is making life so cool. But the work is still not yet done. Can't you see it's rare to see every face smiling? Because the problem of sinning and unearthing man's ability is the last thing men could think of alleviating. No matter how they tried covering up, the problem still prevails, referring to lies and corruption as routine, fornication as premarital sex, and the cunning one, introducing besties into relationships. As much as people believe in their abilities, here are the sick, and here are the poor, the sad and deprived, the homeless and disappointed, all with others summed as broken. And now our remedy, but our remedy, even our remedy, the one supposed to bear the sin wiper, the forgiver of our sins, the hope of our glory, was surprised to hear such news that she was the one. So she asked, how can it be? She wanted hope while she was. How can it be? Because I'm a virgin whom no man have even tried purchasing. Because Joseph seemed to be delayed. I have no hope. As to when, where, and how our hope will be restored is when we know well that our life is not stored in a fridge. Life is indeed a sign of hope and not just living a life. Mary, you give birth to a son. But how? How can it be? How can it be? Because I hear only the rich will keep on getting more than enough feast, whilst the poor will keep on eating raw. How can it be? How certainly can it be? How can no intercourse bring about such a good cause? How can the weak be called the resilient warrior? How can the sick be called the healer? How can the misogynist be called the midwife, or the blockheaded be labeled the first-class student? When will the questions of impossibilities be labeled as possible? But I've seen crippled wings raised, warm-hearted smiles on the lone and destitute face, and parental corruptible countries changing from their ways, feeble hands slaying with swords at war, the rebel becoming a saint, paupers making people prosper, and the addicted becoming morally committed. So if I say there's an upcoming bigger plan put in place which involves you playing a major role, and you reply to me as Mary did to Angel Gabriel, even after telling you that the Spirit of the Lord shall accomplish this, then I'd be verbose to say that you are a being who still lives, so just believe. Believe the ability of you living means the world needs your due ability. Time may linger its feet, but God knows waiting won't strip the power of your heels. Believe. There's nothing as future impossible tense. Impossible says that I'm possible. Disappointment, ask of which appointment, because they are actually many. Last, shout on forevermore. Believe you are part of a wonderful plan. Amen.